Hey folks, welcome back to Indaba Africa. It's Chris. Well, it's on like junior rodeo. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. It's on. Wow. If you think that the left was reasonable, you were smoking some ganja, enjoying a little bit of that weed. You know what they say in South Africa? When people zull, they put the saliva on the paper. And when people zull, they share that zull. Anybody that believes that there's any restraint in the out-of-control Democratic Party, wow, you are greatly mistaken. Ladies and gentlemen, supposedly reasonable senator from West Virginia, Joe Manchin, a state that is overwhelmingly conservative these days, Joe Manchin has said that he's in favor of using the 14th Amendment to remove his fellow senators, Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley, from the Senate. Well, what is Joe Manchin smoking? Well, let's talk about that, folks. What exactly is he smoking here? Well, after the ludicrous effort to get the cabinet and the vice president to remove the president for incapacity under the 25th Amendment, what a load of malarkey that was. That failed. So now we see that Joe Manchin was interviewed this week on a television program in which that's PBS's Firing Line. Wow. And he said that it's time to remove Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz. Unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable. The host asked him, would you support, Senator, the removal of Senator Hawley and Senator Cruz through the 14th Amendment, Section 3, the host Hoover. He said, well, they should look. Absolutely. Basically, that should be a consideration. Excuse me? Excuse me? He understands that Ted's a very bright individual, and I get along fine with Ted, but what he did was totally outside the realm of our responsibilities and our privileges that we have. During the show, Manchin said that we have to start healing the country, but added that does not include giving the president any of his accomplices a pass at all. Well, first off, excuse me, accomplices in the pursuit of the rule of law? Wow. Well, I have a little something for Joe Manchin here. This is direct from Constitution, not an amendment. Direct from the Constitution. Article 1, Section 5 of the United States Constitution provides that each House of Congress may determine the rules of its proceedings and punish its members for disorderly behavior, and with the concurrence of 2/3, expel a member. Since 1789, the Senate has expelled 15 of its members. Well, ladies and gentlemen, under Article 1, Section 5, perhaps it's time for expulsion for Senator Joe Manchin for his incitement and his failure to unite the country. Remove? Using the 14th Amendment to remove 2 duly elected senators who followed the law, the rule of law, Joe Manchin. That's right. When Stephanie Tubbs from Ohio did it in 2005, and Senator Barbara Boxer, you know who she is, a registered agent of a foreign power. Barbara Boxer, who works for a Chinese communist-owned company. She's had to register as a foreign agent. That Senator Barbara Boxer in 2005, when both of them stood up in the House and the Senate and objected to Ohio's election results in the January joint session of Congress, it was praised as supporting our democracy by Nancy Pelosi herself. And then member of the House of Representatives, Chris Van Hollen, now Senator Van Hollen, who said that this was a great service that these two had done by raising this issue. And then 31 members of the Democratic caucus voted not to certify Ohio's results. Where were you then, Joe Manchin? Hiding in West Virginia? You're back in West Virginia as a successful businessman? Where were you in 2005 when this issue came up? What are your thoughts then? We didn't try to remove Senator Boxer from the Senate under the 14th Amendment. What ludicrous nonsense. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the evidence that these jackals are out of control. They are completely out of control. Total disregard for the rule of law. Fantasy. Calling Senator Hawley and Senator Cruz accomplices in a non-crime. You're a disgrace, Senator Manchin. You should either resign forthwith, which you were too cowardly to do, or the Senate should vote to expel you under Article 1, Section 5. Expulsion is what you deserve. Accomplices. You are the accomplice with the left, lying about what happened on the 6th of January on your fraudulent pretext to suspend civil liberties. Senator Hawley and Senator Cruz, along with 5 or 6 other senators, simply followed the rule of law. In 2017, when Donald Trump won the election and the certification process took place, when the first state was announced, Alabama, a member of the Democratic caucus stood up and objected to Alabama's election results, in which Donald Trump won by 30%. Shall we go back and retroactively use the 14th Amendment against all of the Democrats who stood up in 2017 to fraudulently oppose an election in which he clearly won a legitimate election by 30%. Joe Manchin, you're a disgrace, an absolute disgrace. And any of these rhinos who said that it's okay, it's 50-50 in the Senate because Joe Manchin, whenever, bull! This country is on the precipice of collapse courtesy of this nonsense. Joe Manchin, you know that Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz did nothing wrong and nothing inappropriate. Your hyperbole is the problem. And it puts this republic in jeopardy each and every day. Your peers should vote to expel you under Article 1, Section 5 of our Constitution. Not the 14th Amendment. We don't need that. Your behavior has brought disgrace to the Senate. Shame on you, Senator Manchin. Shame on you. And frankly, shame on you West Virginians who voted for this guy. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, folks. Wow.